Good morning. President Trump is at Walter Reed this morning, where doctors are closely monitoring his condition and where he will carry out his presidential duties from a special office at the facility. Though Vice President Mike Pence tested negative for the virus Friday, a White House spokesperson says there will not be a transfer of power. They also say President Trump remains in good spirits, has mild symptoms, and worked throughout the day Friday. According to the president's physician, he was given an experimental antibody therapy. The company that makes the drug, Regeneron, says they provided the drug in response to a compassionate use request from the president's medical team. The president has stayed off Twitter for the most part since the news of his diagnosis, but did tweet this video before departing the White House for Walter Reed, saying thank you for the support.
I think I'm doing very well, but we're going to make sure that things work out. The First Lady is doing very well. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. I will never forget it. Thank you.
As for his campaign schedule, the president's trip to Wisconsin this weekend is canceled, and for now, all campaign events are either postponed or will be virtual. We're learning of more positive cases of people who've been in close contact with the president, including former White House counselor Kellyanne Conway, Republican Senators Mike Lee and Tom Tillis. All three were at the White House last Saturday, and Trump campaign manager Bill Stepien. In Washington, I'm Atrell Nashar.
And Gerard, this isn't just any patient, but the President of the United States. And doctors say that changes the approach when fighting the virus. Dr. Dahlia Walks, a local physician who has treated coronavirus patients in the Valley, says his doctors are more likely to take aggressive precautionary steps. For example, the president has taken remdesivir, often used for more serious COVID-19 cases. But the president's physician explained to reporters today that it was to, quote, not hold anything back. Also, the antibody cocktail administered to the president yesterday is experimental, according to Dr. Walks, and not available for the general public. She says there's no cure for coronavirus, but doctors have developed a regimen of treatments that appear promising in aiding with recovery. She says much of what he's been reported to have been administered, including vitamin D, zinc, melatonin, and aspirin, is identical to what thousands of hospitalized COVID-19 patients receive.
His treatment plan was very similar to what we do with other people in that age group. A 25-year-old with some cough might not have gotten that same treatment right out the gate.
Well, Latoya, the family sends the health district updates every single day of how their 11-year-old daughter Madison is recovering. We spoke to that family today as they near nearly 2 weeks of being quarantined at home.
She came downstairs and she looked pale.
Nearly 2 weeks ago, Erica Reed started to notice her daughter Madison's symptoms seemed worse than her regular issues with asthma.
And it was like something isn't right. And she coughed and it was like really deep.
So Madison's mom contacted her school.
I got the school, we contacted each other and I explained to them the kids were going to be out today. I explained that I was looking to get Madison tested.
Those test results came in a phone call in the middle of the night that weekend.
And they explained to me that my daughter's test had come back positive and not to leave the home, and that someone from the health district would be reaching out to us within 24 hours.
The Reeds told their daughter the next day.
I was really nervous when I heard about it because I, as they said, heard about how many deaths there were and how many people had got it.
While Erica's test came out negative and the rest of the family did not test, the Reeds came up with a quarantine plan.
When she came out of the room, she had to wash her hands for 20 seconds in her bathroom. She then had to sanitize her hands. Put on a mask before she could leave the room. We informed her, don't touch anything.
Madison's parents would take similar precautions when going into her room. And after a few days, Madison's symptoms slowed down.
Her cough waned back. It wasn't heavy anymore. It wasn't as frequent.
As Madison recovers, the Reeds wait to hear when their quarantine will be over.
We're waiting from the health district to get an official approval, but I think last we talked with them was 72 hours from the last symptom that she has and
from the last day of medication.